Hey y'all, what's going on YouTube channel? Charles down again, y'all. Go hard, go home channel, okay? So, I'm gonna give y'all a little, shot to the dome real quick about how I saw the manosphere and it downgrades or discounts females' sexuality, okay? Before I get into that, y'all smash that subscribe button for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't do the doggone cash apps, all that junk and all that, everything else. It's just, the subscribers for me, and that's it. So, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about this. All right. Now, y'all know I did about 6 months of watching doggone videos on the thing. We're going to get tired of hearing that, but for the next few years, it's what I'm going to be talking about. How I spent 6 months doing this thing and what I got out of it. Okay. One of the biggest problems I saw with the manosphere was that they want to downplay or discount how females have sexual attraction to guys or how they have, rules when it comes down to dating. They don't want to look at the female rules. They want to look at the rules that guys think exist or guys know exist and only go off of those. But they're not looking at it from the other side. They won't do that either. Okay? Which I think is one of their major downfalls. It's one of the reasons why they never get what they want. Okay? If you go off of what they talk about the majority of the time, they have an understanding of things that have transpired in the last few years that kind of embolden women a little bit more. Uh, Women have better jobs. Women are making more money. They complain about this. They state this every day because they keep saying it's not a complaint, but they state it all the time as an issue, even though it's not a complaint. So there's just one thing. But I don't think that these guys would have as much of an issue if they stopped trying to tell themselves the bull jive. First off, this thing that they got, which a lot of game coaches they're selling this shit to other guys. Uh, your confidence and your personality matters so much. Those things do matter. I'm not gonna say they don't, but they matter less than what these guys are trying to say. Okay, I would cite the fact that the manosphere constantly tells you that women are with men that they shouldn't be with, or they're constantly with men that are Chads or Tyrones. So they're admitting the thing about the doggone sexual attraction and all that stuff first, but then they want to discount it on the same thing. So you can't do both of them. That's the real problem with it. You can't know that it's there and then try to ignore it. That's That doesn't work in any problem, guys. That's not going to work with any issue that anybody has. You can't ignore something and then, man, look, y'all, hey, that's what I be hearing when I'm talking to them guys. It's this right here. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do both of them. What I want to put out with this video, this shot to the dome, is this right here. You got to stop downplaying female attraction and female sexuality in this thing. You've got to know that that's what's going to help most guys to be able to move on and actually find the people that they want. Because you got to find somebody that's attracted to you first. That other junk, I'm being honest with you guys. If you got to open the door with your personality, you suck. It's always been that way. They keep talking about social media and all this stuff. Social media didn't change none of that shit. They can, hey, kiss my ass with that one. Social media didn't change all this stuff. This shit's been the same. It's been the same ever since you had to go talk to somebody in their face. It's been the same way. It didn't change because of social media. The same shit was there. We just understood it better because we knew that you was gonna walk up to the girl, and this was basically what you was doing was looking for the choosing signal. You was looking for her to you when you walked up, her to like you, smile and be talking with you, and then let you initiate conversation. But if you don't get that, it's time to go. what I found from the manosphere, what most of them have done is resort to some type of going on OnlyFans or sugar daddy sites or some kind of pay to play. Or I guess they do with prostitutes and strippers and stuff a lot because if that's what you're doing, you paying to play, you probably deal with that kind of stuff. That's what I found out that most of them were doing. Or they had some kind of game coach, and the game coach is telling them like, "Hey, all right, well, you gotta go after them, and then if they don't like you, you gotta raise their interest, and you gotta do A, B, and C." But nobody's just telling these guys up straight in the front, because this is what we got told. When you had to walk on the street and do this, this is what you got told. You walk up to them and talk to them. If they don't like they want to talk to you, then you need to go on to the next. Because see, we didn't have the time to keep sitting there waiting. These people just, I guess it's this social media thing. They put messages and messages and messages and messages, and then just wait for somebody to say something back. See, we didn't have that kind of time. You had to go look this person up. You had to go find them, talk to them, and everything else. So you didn't have time to keep doing that every time if they were saying no or if they were not agreeing. You don't have time to keep going back doing that because you was gonna have to physically find this person to talk to them, not send them a message to their phone and stuff like that. They say the social media thing made it harder. To me, it made it easier, but because they don't look for the people that want them back, now it's hard. That's what makes it hard. They keep talking about the options. Well, the women got too many options. Well, you better find a way to lower some of those options. And I'd get off that damn internet and go person to person with people, and that will lower some of the options. And if you're gonna push your personality, you're definitely gonna have to be face to face with people because nobody knows who nobody is on this internet shit. It people just just saying shit. The manosphere is like that. Most of the guys that are game coaches and shit like that I reviewed, they tell a certain story, but it's like they're the only ones who can live that way for some reason. But the reason why is because they're not living that way. The rules gonna apply, y'all. They're always gonna apply. Guys gotta stop downplaying female sexuality and how it works into the dating and stuff like that in long term relationships. You gotta stop downplaying that. Okay. And I'm saying this from the old school. Okay. You walked up to them, you talked to them. They took you or they didn't. There was no doggone, I'm gonna keep trying this shit. I'm gonna keep now if she come back and be like, I might want to go out with you, I might go see what it's like. You might could do that. But there was no we just took that shit for what it was. Because we understood that it was an element of this did this girl like you? Is she sexually attracted to you? They downplay that shit a lot in the manosphere. But they do that because they don't have any way of answering the fact that most of the guys that are going to talk to these women are not going to get them because that's going to be a determining factor. Now they'll go ahead and tell you, hey, all the women are sharing all of these guys right here. They will tell you this in the manosphere every doggone day that there's a big group of women sharing a small group of men. They don't tell you why. It's because those men are sexually attracted to the women. Regardless of the guys are smart, intelligent, having this other junk. The manosphere guys complain about this every day. They know that it's there, yet they downplay it instead of just telling guys the truth. Probably better if you took you kind of big. You might want to you hash out about a year in the gym before you even start thinking about dating. You now attractive, you might want to hash out about a year in the gym. Shoot, if you're just a man, period, you might want to hash out about a year in the gym because the whole deal of it is women are attracted to sexy bodies. They they're not going to say that to you. Women are not see, and that's another thing about the manosphere. They keep wanting to talk to women with that's cap. The fresh pretty guys are real bad about it. It's cap. That's cap. That's cap. They're not going to tell you. They never have told us. Unlike how these guys are doing, the women aren't just going to reveal their secrets to you. Like how the guys in the manosphere are revealing all the weaknesses and things of men. They're doing that. But women aren't going to do that. Women ain't going to do that. You better know what's going on. That's one reason why I got this channel, so I can tell people what's going on. Why I don't take the money, because it's like you're gonna have to stop saying what's going on. I'm starting to see that right now. In order to make money on this YouTube thing, you're gonna have to tell people some kind of alternate reality side of what's going on for real, because they don't want to see that. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Guys need to stop downplaying female sexuality. They need to stop downplaying rules that women have as far as dating, because we all know them. This bull job, like there's some magical secret to women is just not the truth. If there was, I'm telling y'all, we wrote this shit down years ago. That book would have been passed down through generation. Every generation of man would have got this doggone book. Everybody would have. If there was some written down way of making it absolutely work, but it's not. But I'm gonna tell you what's not gonna work, downplaying what you already know. That's not gonna work. That's why the manosphere keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because when you keep downplaying the facts, you're gonna keep getting the same bull jive results. I always tell y'all I can fix the manosphere in 5 minutes. This is one of them. That would kill everybody's complaints. Look, guys, let's just stop bitching about it. Women got preferences, and you can either meet those preferences or you don't. It's really kind of just that simple. But they keep making it hard, and that's the thing about the manosphere. That's why, me personally, I'm not interested in being a part of it. I talk about some of their issues to try to help the guys inside of it or the ones on the edges of it to understand that, hey, look, it don't even got to be that bad. Not for real. So I'm gonna stop beating this horse, because I mean, like I've already put in my said everything about it. All right. Stop downplaying female sexuality and just understand that it's there. And when you do that, it'll make things a lot easier. That's the first thing you had to understand when you was going person to person doing this, instead of this social media junk. You had to understand that there was no leave a note and see what happens. There was none of that. It was go to this person and see what it is. Mm-hmm. And you had to be aware of the fact that, hey, look, some of these people, you walked up to them, a lot of them don't like you for whatever reason. If you didn't get back no, you want to start getting back no immediate response. It was time to get on out of there and move on to the next, because you had to conserve time. You had to, because you had to move. You had to be actually talking to these people. You had to be actually out and in front of these people. There was no, I could sit there with my phone and just send a bunch of messages to people, and then wait and see what happens. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot with that one, because it's like, shoot, everybody else is doing that. So, and then they complain about the options, but the options always been there. None of this stuff has ever changed. All this stuff is It has been going on. It has been around forever. So the thing of it is stop downplaying it. They downplay hypergamy. They downplay that all those things they're there and they matter and they've always been there. And downplaying them ain't gonna work. It's not gonna get you what you want. All you're gonna do is get a big group of guys in this middle, like you got now in the manosphere, sitting around in a circle jerk, doing this all day long and crying. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. It's just like any other thing in life. If you want to look at it from a sports point of view, it's just like any other sport. You start disobeying the rules, you're gonna start losing because you can't. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win not knowing the rules. You're gonna get the penalties called on you all the time. Everything. That's what happened to the guys in the manosphere because there's a rule book to this jump, and they want to reinvent the wheel, and that shit ain't finna happen. So that's enough of beating that one, y'all. Stop downplaying women's sexuality, and things will get easy for you. Stop downplaying their sexuality. Stop downplaying shit like hypergamy, because those things are always gonna be there. They're always gonna be there. Especially, especially the thing with the attraction thing. None of them gonna be able to knock the fact, well, because it comes out of their own mouths. None of them will be able to knock the fact that they say that women are being with a certain group of guys. All the women are chasing these guys right here. All the women are doing this right here. You might want to find out how to get into that group. That might be the best thing to do. That is the best thing to do. And it's not hard to get into these groups of people because mostly it's about like having a little physical fitness and some and decent amount of money. That's it's really easier than what the people are making it. Way easier. As me personally, I don't see a reason for a whole big group of people to have to be even discussing this stuff because we already know the rules. The basics should be like, as far as me, where I see that most of these jokes should be telling them, but see, you won't make money doing that. This, and I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Just like what I'm saying right now. Nobody wants to hear this junk. I know nobody wants to hear it, but it's the real. That's why I don't ask for the cash apps. That's why I don't even try to put because I'm going to tell the real deal on this channel. And if you take money, I can see what happened with the manosphere. You gotta start saying what they want to hear to get the money or to get the likes and stuff. You have to say what people want to hear. And no, I ain't doing all of that. The real is the real. If guys stop downplaying this stuff, shit's gonna get easier for them. I used to be that way myself in public with it. Walk up to a girl, start talking to her. She ain't really trying to show no interest. Hey, okay, but it was nice meeting you. And it's time to go. I've done that so many times that I don't need. And then every now and again you get one or two that's gonna act, that's gonna talk back, and then there you go. But you can't expect for everybody to be on the same shit. And women don't conform to rules. Now, when it comes to pretty much anything, if they could get away with it, they change the fact that two plus two is four. They do that because if someone feels like it's five, they change it. That's what they do, regardless of the fact that it's math and all this stuff. The thing about the manosphere is they're not understanding that women operate off emotions. They say it, but they don't get it. The minute you get it, see, saying it is one thing, but you got to get it. You got to get that. You know what I'm saying? Women operate off emotions. Okay, what they do is they go to complain about that instead of saying, okay, well, shit, this stuff could change in 5 minutes, and then you got to be ready for that. Mm. So it is what it is on that one, y'all. You know, y'all drop the comments, let me know what y'all think, because I don't see no reason to kind of keep beating that one. It's the real. It's just it is what it is. Most of those guys are too busy downplaying women's sexuality, downplaying uh, the rules of like women in dating. See, like for example, they complain about the job thing, but see, as I was growing up, you already knew if a woman had a job. Okay, if you got a job and her job is a higher job than you probably gonna have problems. We knew that. It was no complaining about it. It was okay then. Well, if you want her, you might want to go ahead and get you a better job or get a job that's higher than hers. I mean, and that shit ain't gonna change, y'all. It's not gonna change. No matter how much those guys in the manosphere keep begging and pleading, that ain't gonna change. All women are gonna do is perceive that as weakness, which is what they do now, and keep laughing at it. That's all that's gonna happen. So y'all let me know what y'all think. It's been Taurus down and y'all go hard to go home. Hey, I'm out of here on that one. Stop down playing that jump. Get yourself in the saddle and do what you gotta do. Peace.